is the fact that I've been able to raise my average return on ad spend from like 2 to 3x to I'm now averaging like 20x.
Yes.
And
Imagine getting 20 to 30 times your return on ad spend on a low ticket offer. Well, my girl Amanda has held nothing back. She is going to walk you through the two resources that she used inside the $7 program in order to hit the ground running with one of the highest ROAS I have ever seen on a low ticket offer. And we are even going to see one of the Rockstar ads that even I have never seen before. And so, with no further ado, let's roll it. What up? One of my favorite rock stars, Amanda.
I'm great. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm better now that I finally get to talk to you about all those big wins that you've been having lately. Like it's it's one of my favorite things. I'm like, yes, Amanda has posted another win.
I know. I kind of feel I'm like, oh my goodness, am I posting too many?
No, and that's the reason why I really wanted to start doing these because I can see the momentum that people get just by like reading, your wins and everyone's wins. And that's why I was like, you know what? I need to start doing these winner's circle type interviews because I think seeing how other people implement the strategies, it might not be exactly the way that I laid it out, but I think just getting different perspectives from different people, I think is helping a lot of people out.
Yes, I agree. I do think that helps.
Awesome. So I know you're a busy person, so I won't take up too much of your time, but do you want to just kind of introduce yourself and tell everyone, who you are, what you do, how long you've been in the program, and then we'll talk about the resource that you used in order to get the win that you were talking about this past week.
Yeah. So for those that don't know me, my name is Amanda Hines, and I am the founder of a brand called The Honest Investors. Essentially, what I do is I train real estate wholesalers and aspiring real estate investors how to essentially launch and grow their businesses from scratch. So for most people, they are everyday employees and entrepreneurs that want to transition into real estate by way of real estate wholesaling.
Oh, that's awesome. That is actually a common question that I get is Laurel, does your program work for targeting, people who are interested in real estate investing and stuff like that? And I think that you've proven that yes, it does.
Yes, it works phenomenally.
Yeah, so let's break it down because you've had a lot of wins over the last several years. Which win do you want to break down? Which one do you think will be the most helpful for people this week?
I think the most impactful win that I've had most recently is the fact that I've been able to raise my average return on ad spend from like 2 to 3x to I'm now averaging like 20x.
Yes,
And
20x. Did you guys hear that? 20x. So yeah, yeah, tell us what were you doing before and what were the resources that you used in the program in order to push that ROAS? Cuz man, congratulations, that is amazing.
thank you. So I have to give you credit, Laurel, because the very first ad that I even got to 2x to 3x was one that was in your $7 ads program. And I used your script because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to say. And I used your script, and it immediately out the gate, I was getting sales like every 5 minutes. Literally, the first time I ran the ad, I was like completely in shock.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was like
What
every
script
five
was
minutes.
it?
It was for the slow funnel. You had a script of how to break down like what you're going to say. And I used that script, I applied it, and literally within 5 minutes, I'm not even kidding, I generated my first sale.
Holy crap. What was it for a low ticket offer that you
Yeah,
were
so
selling
it's for
before?
my low ticket $37 offer that I was running, and that was years ago. And since then, it was interesting because I generated a new problem where I was having a lot of customers, and they my training was a little bit too advanced for a lot of people coming in. So I closed down that ad system for a little bit, and then I revamped the program, and I launched the same ad, and still it like took off. But now the workshop is a lot more aligned, and people are getting phenomenal results from it.
Awesome. So I'm trying to think because, and by the way, all of the scripts that she's talking about are still inside the program. There's a training that I think I say my favorite copywriting frameworks, and there's a list of like four or five scripts. I think there's like the how it works script. There's the power nugget. There's all the elevator pitch. There's all of these different scripts that you guys can literally swipe. And something that she said there is super important because this is something that I even used in order to scale my ads is sometimes just giving your ads a break and turning them off. I know I had like two different flights of ads where when one group would start to putter out, I would turn them off and then I would turn the second flight on. When those start to putter out, I'd turn those off and turn the other ones on. And so I think people, think, oh, well, once my ads putter out, that's it. You can recycle them and use them again and again. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. And so now I think you've gotten into the higher ticketed offers, correct?
It's actually interesting about this because I thought that in order to see 20, 30x, that has to be a higher ticket. We're talking about anything 500 plus. On my $37 workshop, I'm seeing 20x on return on ad spend.
That
And
is
that's
nuts.
it is insane. I'm like, what? This is crazy. So I know that you talk about having that higher ticket back end offer, and really leveraging your methodology for that as well. And so now my next phase is really building out my membership through the ads and taking all the customers that I generated for my workshop and starting to use some of those retargeting ad strategies to generate more sales for the membership that I have.
Yeah, because I want to say I saw you post that you were getting sales for like what, $1, I think I saw, or something like that. And was that
Yes.
using the hot seven sequence?
So I've had $1 sale, a $3 sale, like a 60-cent sale. These are insane. So some are coming from the retargeting ad sequence, but then I created my own version of your power content and like a value bomb, and that also generated a sale as well. So
Okay.
that one is the one that just had a 20x return on ad spend. I think I spent $6.50 and I made $124.
See, that's what I keep telling people because I think with the value bomb, and I'm glad that you said this because I think people think that the value bomb strategy is like, well, I don't want to have conversations with people, to get them into a low ticket. But honestly, I think that is one of the easiest things that I can do, and it fills in the gap. Right. And that's why like
Mhm.
people see the 30, 40x ROAS on using these what I call conversion multipliers because we're giving away that thing of value because it's really hard to not sell someone once you get them in Messenger and you have a 7, 27, $37, item. So when did you start doing the conversion multipliers alongside of doing your low ticket ads?
I started the conversion multipliers maybe about 2 to 3 weeks ago. So I haven't been running them a long time. And I've been really trying to dial in what's the specific ad creative to use. And it's funny because I tried all the ones that you said and they all worked, but the way that it actually worked out, it was actually my AI ad that has generated the most actual engagement and conversations, which I thought was pretty cool.
So when you say your AI ad, is it something for an AI tool for your or is it
Yeah,
something that
so
you built with AI?
I actually built the ad using AI. So it's not me, it's like a little AI woman, and she's talking, and I just wrote my script. I used the conversion multiplier script, and it's doing really, really well.
So what software AI software are you using for that?
I used Hey Gen.
Okay, I like HeyGen. Yeah, that's pretty
Mhm.
cool. Do you find it to be like a pretty accurate tool? Like, do people know that it's AI, or are people just
Oh
engaging
yeah, they
because it's like,
know that it's AI. They don't think that it's me. It doesn't even look like me. I didn't use like a version of me that, because you have the ability to do that, but I used a completely different person, different accent, different voice and everything. And then I just kind of showed what the resource was about. So I did almost like a show and tell type of an ad. And then said just comment the word below the keyword, And I'm getting a lot of people responding from that.
So, what do you think is how do I say this? The contrast between running ads straight to the sales page versus running ads as a conversion multiplier to a free thing. How do you feel that contrast between sending people straight to the sales page and then sending people to a conversation? How do you think that the benefits and pros and cons of each?
So I like running ads directly to the sales page because, of course, you can generate that sale right away. And so that's awesome because you get to see the monetary return of the ad right away. However, you don't necessarily get as much engagement on the back end. So it's hard to get people to reconnect and actually talk to you on a one-to-one basis. And that's where a lot of the upgrades actually take place. What I find with the conversion multipliers is that you're talking and engaging with people, and you can literally also sell more. Your lifetime value is actually higher when you've talked to them, because something that I've tested more recently is instead of just offering them my $37 workshop when I have a direct conversation, I just position it as a package. And so they buy the entire cart, right? And so my average cost per lead might be around the same, but the lifetime value for the person that I'm talking to is going to be much higher.
That makes total sense. And so, because I know there's going to be some people right now who are watching this, and they might be a little bit discouraged, right? They've been at doing the ads, they've been trying to conversion multipliers, and they're not really getting the results that they want. What would you say to encourage people? Hey, like maybe kind of talk them through, like maybe some of the things that didn't work out for you in the beginning, and then some of the tweaks that you made to actually be able to get 20 times the return on ad spend on a freaking low ticket offer. Man, I just want to give you like a virtual high five, because like that is really hard to do. And so if you can kind of like maybe walk people through some of the stuff that maybe didn't work out the way that you want, and how you actually fixed it.
Yeah, so when it comes to what works for me, and I'm happy to break it down for anybody that wants to try to replicate it. One of the things is the audience that you're using for cold traffic. So for my conversion multiplier, I use a lookalike audience from people that have been engaging with my page and my content, because Facebook does a really good job of figuring out who they are. And so now, because every time someone else engages, that audience is being refreshed. So it's like an audience that you never have to start from scratch. Facebook is just continually updating it. So my cold traffic audience that I'm using is based on people that are already engaging with my brand. And that's just getting better and better. So I think the audience does actually matter when it comes to your conversion multiplier.
Ooh,
Um,
that's a good point. So how long, and you've been in the game for a couple of years.
mhm.
Maybe even longer than I have been in the online marketing space. So how patient do people have to be? Like how long have you been building this audience? Because I know some people are like, well, how long does it take for, Facebook to build that perfect lookalike audience? How long did it take you?
So what's funny, Laurel, is I actually lost my ad account a couple years ago. So I lost it like, I think it was maybe 2 years ago. And then that next year, I was just so discouraged that I didn't even run any ads. I was just like, I feel like I was going through post traumatic stress disorder or something. It was a hard time. But I relaunched everything, and I didn't like upload an email list because I did have an email list of buyers already from previous ads that I've run. Facebook was able to find them immediately. It was like nothing ever changed. There was no blip. In fact, I feel like it was actually easier this time around. Maybe because some of my competitors are not running ads and their programs aren't working as well as they used to. But I found that I'm getting a lot easier results now, and it's not based on me using a bunch of um, preloaded data. So Facebook was able just to instantly find it. Another thing that I noticed is the messaging has to be spot on because Facebook is reading the words of your copy. So if your copy is specifically calling out what you teach, who you're trying to reach, Facebook knows who you're trying to reach, and they will also be able to find those people across the entire platform a lot faster. So I feel that if people have the right messaging and the right targeting, it takes care of the majority of it in terms of Facebook being able to find the right people. Now, in terms of the actual creative, I tested a few things. So I tested the colored image that you mentioned, for your value bomb. That it's funny. So it works really well on my Facebook business page, but it doesn't work anywhere else. So that's something that I figured out, which is interesting. Um, the Hey Jen ad works both on my Facebook business page and it also works on my Instagram account extremely well. And then I think I tested one more ad and it worked really well on Instagram, but it didn't work well on my Facebook business page. So different creatives are received differently based on the platform. So that was something I definitely learned about my conversion multipliers. Um, and then one last thing that I would say, because I know a lot of people have been running into this issue as well. So once my conversion multipliers were starting to perform, I ran into the new obstacle where I couldn't message or DM to people on Instagram because Instagram is not like Facebook business inbox where you can just message anybody that's replied to you. They have to be a follower if they have a private account. So what I did was another version of your power content, and I just ran an awareness ad actually, and said, "Hey, like my page and follow my page if you want content about this. Here's what I'll give you if you do this action." So it's really a power. I don't know, maybe a power offer. I'm not sure what it would be considered.
Yeah, actually, students could actually find that inside the program. I call it the reverse organic Instagram strategy. And so basically,
Okay.
I do the same thing because a lot of people always ask me, Laurel, how do you get followers of your Instagram? Your Instagram is like highly engaged. I'm like, it's because it's people who have already checked out my offer or they've already been engaging with me in some way on Facebook. And so I run profile ads to that, and so I run conversion. I guess you could call it a conversion multiplier because instead of getting people to comment below, I just tell them to follow me for free ad tips every single day. Right. And
Yes.
once they add me, my profile is built as a funnel full of conversion multipliers. And so everything from the bio, everything to the highlights, everything to the pin post is all 2 steps. And so all of them are like getting in engagement. So I love that you said that. I know we're running low on time and I want to be respectful of your time. Um, I know people are going to be interested. Do you think I could talk you into showing us that Hey Jen ad? Because I know a lot of people are going to be
Yeah.
asking, can we
Yeah, I
see it?
totally can see it. Let me pull it up on Instagram. You can see my screen. So
Yep.
this is the Hey Jen ad. Literally, I just took and another thing is that I want to just encourage people, don't be afraid to test things, right? I am like a mad scientist and I will test anything. I don't care. It just could be the most unconventional thing. Just keep testing, right? And that's one of the things that I learned from you, Laurel, is when you was like, don't say something doesn't work unless you tested it, like tested like 90 different ads. And I took that to heart. And so I was like, you know what? I'm setting a goal, right? It wasn't so much about getting a certain number of results. It was about testing a certain number of ad types and then being able to say, okay, I've done enough work to be able to say that this works or this doesn't work. Um, and so here, this is my Hey Jen ad, and it's literally an AI. You can see her here. She doesn't look like me. She doesn't sound like me. And she's just showing the behind the scenes of the free resource I'm giving away. And so I literally just put in the Instagram text, hey, real estate wholesalers and investors, just comment this word below and I'll send this over. No email address required. And that's all I did, right, for this conversion multiplier. Um, and as you can see here, I also put the keyword in the actual video so people can see it as well, just in case they're not reading the text.
Wow, this is awesome. And because I know a lot of people are going to be asking, are you using a chatbot to answer these comments or anything, or are you just doing it the old-fashioned way and just, manually doing everything and reaching out?
So I have a chat bot for my Instagram, but I do not have one for my Facebook business page. So this is on both my Instagram and my business page. So if they talk to me on my business page on Facebook, it's me reaching out or a member of my team reaching out directly. If they're on Instagram, it's an automated response.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And one of the things too, because I know a lot of people are going to be watching this video, one of the things that I've been telling students to do because of the rule of, people can't follow, have to follow you in order to message you. I've actually started saying that when I'm commenting back to them. So if people are commenting for my free guide, I've been saying, hey, I'm sending it over right now, but make sure that you're following me, because if you're not following me, you may not get the message. And also check that special message request folder because it might have ended up there. So that's another solution too for people who are having, issues with, maybe not getting their messages going through when it comes to using this strategy. Anything else, Amanda, that you think might be super helpful for people? Because this is really awesome. I'm thank you so much for sharing this.
You're welcome. So this is my I call it my Instagram growth campaign. So it's literally just it has like a little bit of text on it that says, if you're building a real estate wholesaling business, follow for resources and strategies that work in the 21st century. And I literally have been growing my Instagram account every single day from this ad. I can 100% contribute it to this one ad. Now, what's interesting about it is this is a traffic campaign.
Yep.
And that's just because, Facebook doesn't allow you to do a like campaign for Instagram like they would do on the business page. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to trust it and go ahead and do it. And it's working. So if you even look at my notifications, you will see here that, of course, you'll see that people are liking it, but you'll also see that I have this person follow me for my ad, this person follow me for my ad, this person follow me for my ad. I get that notification every day. So I now have a built-in audience growth campaign that to me is extremely valuable because it's only building my audience with people who are focused on the specific problems that I solve in the specific audience that I can help.
Yeah, 100%. And so like if you guys go to I'll share my screen. I'll actually show you guys where to go. If you guys want to see what Amanda is doing, I actually have on my YouTube channel. How would you Okay, guys. So what I'm actually going to do is I am going to put this video right here, the #1 Instagram growth strategy for 2024 using this $2 ad. This is the exact walkthrough. This video actually walks you through how to place the ad, what to say in the ad. As a matter of fact, I even shot the video while I was shooting this video. And so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to link this YouTube video in this training because I know a lot of you guys are like, how the heck is Amanda doing that? And I know Amanda's a busy person. And so, you know what? I've already done the video for you because it's one of the strategies that I use. And, it's one of those most powerful strategies. And I call it the reverse organic, right? Because there's nothing
Mm-hmm.
better than grabbing people who are engaging with your ad and then just running a simple low level $2 a day traffic campaign. And Facebook allows you in the ads manager to actually select, I want to optimize this for people to visit my Instagram profile. And so it's
Yes.
super, super easy. And it's a very effective ad because, at the end of the day, and Amanda knows this very well, it's not about building followers, it's about building an audience. And I believe that this is the strategy that separates, the Facebook like campaign from this strategy right here because you're not building, followers, you're actually building an audience.
Yes. Yes. And I thought this was funny because I actually had an Instagram viewer didn't believe the reason why I even did this campaign is someone came to my page and they're like, I've been following your content for a while, but you don't have a lot of Instagram followers. So I wasn't sure if you were a real person. And I was actually taken aback by that. I was like, I didn't know people cared about follower and how many followers I had. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna do this on autopilot. Over time, I'll have a bunch of followers. And I was kind of joking around in the community. And I said, oh, wow, I have more customers and people that have bought from me than I have followers. So now I can officially say that I have more followers than I have people who have bought from me.
And it's really easy to figure that out too, because if you look at my YouTube channel and you look at my Instagram, you can tell I'm using this growth strategy on both channels because the follower subscriber count is very similar. And it's also similar to the amount of buyers that are active inside the $7 program. So that's how you can kind of
Yes,
tell that this ecosystem is just massive. It's like, you make, 7 figures a year, and you have like, you know, less Instagram followers than most of the people who, have all these hundreds and thousands of followers. And that's proof that it's not about followers. It's about actually building an audience, because you can make a shit ton of money with just a couple hundred people in your core audience.
you can. You really can. And so now I'm starting to think about these strategies that you're teaching us a little bit more deeper. And I created new pixels and such because I want to now just target my customers and my clients and pretty much take them through this same journey, but take them through new offers and continue to increase lifetime value and things of that nature. So I'm really excited about the next couple of months. Just keep, and I'm telling you, this strategy grows with you. So if you ever think, oh, well, I'm making too much money to do this, no, you're not, because you always need new customers. You always need new people to come into your audience, and you always have to be qualifying them and making sure that they're the right people. And so this strategy literally makes sure that you never run out of leads or qualified people for your business. So I think that everybody should follow it.
Thank you so much, Amanda. I appreciate you.